Hello, hi everyone, and this is Ganesh, and in this video I'm going to explain about introduction of grouped frequency distribution tables. So generally the data we can divide into two types, that is ungrouped data and grouped data. Up to 7th class we learn about ungrouped data, and from 8th class onwards we have knowledge about grouped data. We are dealing with grouped data. So in this video I am going to explain how to construct the grouped frequency distribution tables, and also while preparing that tables we need to learn about a few things about the tables. So here the terminology is different, that means class intervals, boundaries, limits, these kind of things, class marks. So how can we convert the data into class intervals? So these kind of things we are going to learn. So many things we are going to learn in this video. And before going to the topic, just mine is a request that please everyone subscribe my channel and share these videos to your friends and recommend these videos to your friends. And if you have any doubts, please put the comments in the comment box. And that is the thing I want. And let us start the video. Yes, observe the table. Here, some students are there, total 30 students are there, and they have written an exam. That exam conducted for 50 marks. Out of 50 marks, each student, how many marks they got it. So your first student 38 marks, second student 26, third student 5 marks, like that. Total 30 students are there. Out of 30 students marks this is. So here there is no grouped nothing, it's a data given data. So these kind of data is called ungrouped data, there is no group. So in the next thing I am going to tell you, for these kind of data, how can we converting into group data, that's we are going to learn. Yes, now that data, if we converting into grouped data, so this in this way we have to write it. So in this way we have to write it. Here serial numbers are there. Total serial number, first column, second column is marks. So total 50 marks we are converting into some groups. We are divided into groups, and these are number of students. That means this 1 to 10 is first group, 11 to 20 second group, 21 to 30 third group, like that. Total 10 marks we have divided into groups. For example, here 5 students are there. 5 students are there in first group. That means 1 to 10 marks, how many members are there? Those who are getting 1 to 10, 5 students are there, number of students. And 11 to 20, how many members? 7 students are there. 21 to 30, 10 students are there. So easily, if we convert the data into group distribution table, easily we can conclude, we can give some conclusions by converting the ungrouped data into grouped data. Right, here after converting, here for each and everything we have given some names. For example, here 1 to 10, 11 to 20, 21 to 30, these are called class intervals. These are called class intervals. So after this, these are all called class intervals. So these are called, that means 1 to 10, 11 to 20, 21 to 30, these all groups, each group is called one class interval. So total here 5 class intervals are there. Here serial number given already. So total 5 class intervals are there. And what about 5, 7, 10, 6, 2? These are called frequencies. These are called frequencies. Frequencies means in the first class interval, how many students are there? 5. In the second class interval, how many students? 7. So what is the frequency of second class interval? 7. 7 students are there. So these are called 5, 7, 10, 6, 2 are called frequencies. So this terminology is very important. First we have to know what are class intervals, what are frequencies. That is very very important. And the another point is limits. What are limits? Here for example, in the first class interval, this is the first class interval. This one is called a lower limit. This one is called lower limit, and this 10 we can say we can upper limit. This is upper limit, like that. 11 is lower limit. In this case, in the second class interval, 11 is lower limit, 20 is upper limit. At the same time, 21 is lower limit, 30 is upper limit. So here we can say these are limits. So total we learn what are class intervals, what are frequencies, and after that limits. What are limits also we learn. What are limits? And we can observe in this table here 1 to 10, 11 to 20, 21 to 30, these are all class intervals, and 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, these are also class intervals. But we can observe here 1 to 10 in the first class interval, 1 to 10 is there, and second class interval starts from 11 to 20, and here 21 to 30. But if you observe these class intervals 0 to 10, again the second class interval starts with 10 to 10, again 10 to 20, again 20 to 30. So what is some difference is there? We can observe easily here in the second thing, upper that means upper limit and lower limit of the second class interval, these two are equal. So these kind of class intervals are called exclusive class intervals when these two are equal. And coming to here 10 and 11, these two are different, then these are called inclusive class intervals. Inclusive. So inclusive also called discrete series we can say, and this exclusive class interval also continuous series also we can say. Continuous series, exclusive or continuous series, both are same. Here inclusive. So here one more terminology we learn here. You see, inclusive and exclusive. The questions they may ask, what are inclusive class intervals and exclusive class intervals, means this one. Generally exclusive class intervals are very important because we are dealing most of the problems with exclusive class intervals, that we have to remember. And one more thing is here, already I told you what are limits. Generally in inclusive class intervals, whatever class intervals are there, in that lower and lower limit, upper limit we are saying. But coming to exclusive class interval, we have to say that is lower boundary, upper boundary. So coming to exclusive class intervals, boundaries are there. So boundaries are there here. And here 0 is lower boundary, 10 is upper boundary. Here 10 is in the second class interval, 10 is lower boundary and 20 is upper boundary. Like that, here we can't say limits. So these are boundaries, and these are limits that we are going to learn in this. And we have to remember, and what are inclusive, what are exclusive, boundaries, limits, the difference you have to know. Observe this table here, inclusive class intervals given. Generally when we are finding any mean or mode, for those kind of things we are converting the inclusive class intervals into exclusive class intervals. What is the need of exclusive class intervals? For example, 1 to 10 marks, 11 to 20 marks. If any student got 10.5 marks, so where it falls? So in which class interval we have to take? That is for that we can't write anything, because 10.5 marks we can't write in first class interval. At the same time 11 to 20 also we can't put it, because 10.5 is like between 10 and 11. So 10.5 is not there. At that time the given class intervals we are converting into exclusive. So how to convert inclusive class intervals to exclusive? Let us see. So how to convert means, take 10, that is upper limit of the first class interval, plus and 11, that is lower limit of the second class interval. That means these two. average of 10 and 11 we have to find it. Average 10 plus 11 by 2, that is 21 by 2. That is, if we cancel these two, we'll get a 10.5. 10.5. So that 10.5 we have to write here, that is 10.5, and the same 10.5 we can write here also. For example, if we want what is the lower limit, means we can start from 0.5. 0.5, because that is the average lies between 0 to 1, that is 0.5, so it will start from 0.5. And what about second from the second class interval, what is the upper limit, upper boundary? So we are converting into exclusive, means these are all boundaries, these are limits. So to get second class interval upper boundary, again we have to find 20 plus 21. We have to find the average of 20 to 21 by 2, that is 41 by 2. So if we cancel it, 2 2's are 1 is left, 0, 2 20's are 40, 1 is left, so 2 5's are, that means what, 20.5. so that 20.5, write it here, again 20.52, easily we can write it here onwards, 30.5 to 40.5, 40.52 and 50.5 we can write it. So now we can observe 10.5, 10.5, 20.5, 20.5. Now we converted into exclusive class intervals. These are all boundaries. So in this way we can convert inclusive class intervals to exclusive class intervals. And one more thing is, what is class mark? What is class mark? Class mark means the mid value of the any class interval, mid value. So the mid value is called also class interval. What is the mid value of 1 to 10? 1 to 10 class interval means just find the average, take lower limit and upper limit. That means 1 plus 10 by 2, that equal to 11 by 2. That is what 5.5 is the mid value of the first class interval. So what will be the mid value of second class interval? Simply 11 plus 20 by 2. So that is 31 by 2. So 31 by 2 means 15.5. This is the mid value, 15.5. So what about 21 to 30? We'll get 25.5 and 35.5. These are all mid values. So sometimes they are asking find the class marks, class mark. Class mark is nothing but mid value. So in this way you can find the mid value class marks also. And hope you understand well about what are the terms involving in this grouped frequency distribution table. So we learn about what are class intervals, and that limits, boundaries, inclusive class intervals, exclusive class intervals, and class marks. These all are the things we learn, because terminology is very important. Whatever we want to do related problems, first basic knowledge is very important. So in the next video I'm going to explain how to construct, I'll take 1 or 2 examples, and how to construct a grouped frequency distribution table from the given data. So my dear friends, if you like this video, please share and subscribe this channel, and please recommend this channel to others. And if you have any doubts, please put the comments under the comment box. And thank you very much.